Are you ready?
Hello everybody, my name is Doodles from Breaking Down Wrestling, and it appears that John Cena will be taking on The Undertaker at Wrestlemania 34, and it is rumoured that the American Badass gimmick will be making a comeback. And to tell you the truth, I think that is the way it should go. I know a lot of people give the American Badass gimmick hate, but overall I've got to say I enjoyed it back in the day, and I'm sure that I would enjoy it now. And the Dead Man gimmick was seemingly retired at Wrestlemania 33 when he lost to Roman Reigns. He put his hat, his jacket, his gloves in the middle of the ring, and he hasn't been seen wearing them since, so it makes sense that the Dead Man gimmick is gone. But that doesn't mean the American Badass gimmick isn't, and it's going to be quite interesting to see how this whole thing plays out, how they're going to book it, what is going to be the build-up leading to WrestleMania, because there's only a few more weeks to go. But I also think that, what if I could book it? What would I do in this ideal scenario? How would I make this whole thing play out? If Vince McMahon came to me and said, here's the book, you make it happen, this one is on you, what would I do? Well, let's talk about it. So recently on board, John Cena challenged The Undertaker at WrestleMania, the match that has been rumoured for so long, and it is finally seemingly going to happen. John Cena came out and he said that The Undertaker is not old, broke, beaten up, all those things, especially judging by the workout videos that he posted on his wife's Instagram account. So why would John Cena make this challenge if the match wasn't going to go ahead? So it's really safe to say that this match is 100% going to happen. But with a couple of weeks left, how would I approach it? Well, what I would actually do is I wouldn't have The Undertaker show up at all on Raw, which seems very bizarre considering how do you book a match and how do you build a match if the people aren't actually on the show to build it up. Well, WWE have proved that can happen because Brock Lesnar never shows his ass up at all. But for this one, I would not have The Undertaker show up on Raw at all, Raw, SmackDown, anything. I would literally have radio silence. The challenge would not be accepted at all. As far as anyone is concerned, the match isn't booked, the match isn't going to happen. And I would have John Cena come out on Raw and he's frustrated, he challenged The Undertaker once again. You must have heard me, last week. I want the match at WrestleMania, come out and challenge me, accept my challenge or decline it, it's up to you, but I want this match. Nothing. There's no dong, there's no nothing, Undertaker doesn't make an appearance, there's no vignette, there's no nothing, literally zilch, nothing. So the go home episode of Raw happens and John Cena comes out and he says, Undertaker, there is 6 days left until the biggest show of the year, on the grandest stage in them all, WrestleMania, your show, the show where you have made your mark. It is 6 days away and you have not accepted my challenge yet. If you are going to accept it, come out and do it now because I want to be on the biggest show of the year, and if you don't fight me, someone is going to. Nothing. So Cena starts to play a little bit more dirty now and starts to try and coax The Undertaker out to the ring, and he says that if you don't come out and accept my challenge now, maybe you are the beat up, broken old man the world thinks you are. And he stops dead in his tracks and he expects the lights to go out or the gong to hit. He expects something. It's a sign that The Undertaker is there, but the lights stay on, there's no gong, nothing at all. And then John Cena looks a little bit confused and he can't believe that The Undertaker didn't accept the challenge. If you sort of challenge The Undertaker is going to come out and he is going to accept it, and nothing. So is this match really going to happen? And then John Cena says, this Sunday at WrestleMania, I will be there, I will be in the middle of that ring, and if you don't show up, I will consider myself a 3 in 21 and 3. And then he leaves the ring. So WrestleMania comes around and it is the match, John Cena versus The Undertaker. John Cena comes out of the ring, stands in the middle of the ring, waiting for the lights to go out, waiting for the gong, waiting for a sign that The Undertaker is here, and nothing at all. The Undertaker does not show up at all. And John Cena stood there waiting, just maybe he's playing little mind games, maybe he's trying to sort of make John Cena think that nothing is going to happen, then boom, The Undertaker's going to show up, catch him off guard, but no. So John Cena stood in the ring for a couple of minutes and the crowd's starting to get restless now. This is the biggest stage of them all, this is the grandest show of the year. They could be having a match right now and instead they are sat watching John Cena in the middle of the ring doing nothing. They're chanting, this is bullshit, all those sort of negative chants, Cena sucks, all that stuff, and John Cena is just stood there. And eventually he gets annoyed and he says to the referee, right, ring the bell, count to 10 and make me win this match. And the referee's going, there's no match, The Undertaker isn't here, he isn't scheduled, you haven't booked this match, it hasn't been confirmed by WWE, I can't count someone out that's not meant to be here. And John Cena gets super annoyed and he shouts at the referee, just count to 10, I am out of here, I have won, the Undertaker is broken. So the referee starts to count, he just goes, okay, whatever, like, we just need to move on with the show, so I'll count to 10, you can get out the ring, we can carry on with the show. So he starts to count 1, 2, 3, gets all the way up to 9, the lights go out, and there is a huge pop in the arena. Guarantee this would be a massive pop because they know that Taker is here. And there's no gong. The lights go out, the Titantron lights up white, and you hear these creepy little girls say, and then all of a sudden you hear American Badass by Kid Rock and the crowd absolutely erupts, and I guarantee, mark my words, this would be the pop of the night, potentially the pop of the year. And all of a sudden you hear the motorbike revving and the Undertaker comes down the ramp on the motorcycle, laps the ring, parks his bike up, gets in the ring, poses to the crowd, and the whole roof just blows off the stadium. Mark my words, that would happen. So the match takes place. It is Undertaker versus John Cena, the match that we have been waiting for. It was rumoured to happen. We did not know 100% whether it was going to happen, and it has. John Cena versus the American Badass this year. The American Badass is back, and it is one hell of a match. Nothing less than what you'd expect from two veterans of WWE, two of the greatest superstars of all time, two that definitely deserve to be on the Mount Rushmore, or at least the Mount Rushmore beside Mount Rushmore, because obviously you've got Flair, Rock, Austin sort of thing. But if they're not on Mount Rushmore, they're definitely on the mountain beside it. And either way, this match is absolutely electric. They are going at it, they are giving it everything they've got. Attitude adjustments, STFs, chokeslams, last rides, tombstones, Hell's Gates, you name it. These two guys are doing it to each other. And then the match starts to come to a finish. The match starts to conclude, we get the go home cue. It starts wrapping up, and John Cena hits the AA. We think that John Cena is going to beat the dead man. John Cena is going to best the Undertaker, and he hits the AA. The Undertaker licks the floor and he sits straight up, and John Cena cannot believe it. What is going on here? I've just hit my move, and Taker's no sorted that out. He is shocked, he is stunned, he cannot believe that after this grueling match, the Undertaker sat up like that was nothing. And he's shocked, and he hesitates for just a moment, and the Undertaker starts absolutely ripping into him. Punches left and right, gets him into the corner, starts punching away at him, knees him, elbows him, everything. John Cena is just getting tucked to town by the Undertaker. He whips him off into the ropes, he clotheslines him. Cena gets up, he hits the last ride, he pins him 1, 2, 3. The American Badass has came back, the American Badass has returned, and the American Badass has beat John Cena at WrestleMania. John Cena's dream of beating the Undertaker didn't come true at all. So WrestleMania might be over, but the American Badass definitely is not. The American Badass still has a lot left in the tank. And now we're going to fast forward now a couple of months. We're going to fast forward from April the 8th to June to the Money in the Bank pay-per-view. Of course, at WrestleMania, Roman Reigns defeated Brock Lesnar for the Universal Championship, and I so wish that was Braun Strowman. I so wish that was Braun Strowman versus Brock Lesnar for the Universal Championship. And I wish Braun Strowman would get that WrestleMania moment, that glory of holding the title at WrestleMania in the main event. That would be glorious, without a doubt. That would be amazing. But that is not going to happen. It's going to be Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns, he's going to stand tall against Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. So Money in the Bank rolls around in June, and it is Roman Reigns, the Universal Champion, versus John Cena, versus a third man in a triple threat match. The third man, it could be Braun Strowman, it could be Seth Rollins, it could be Finn Balor, it could be James Ellsworth. It doesn't really matter. The third body in the match is completely irrelevant. We just need a third body in the match for storyline purposes. So the match goes on, triple threat match, and John Cena wins the match, and he wins his 17th WWE Championship, becoming the most decorated heavyweight champion in WWE history. But he does not beat Roman Reigns. He beats the third man for the championship. So Roman Reigns lost his belt. He didn't lose the match by pinfall or submission. So the next pay-per-view rolls around. I believe it's going to be Extreme Rules, and it will be another multi-man match, maybe a fatal 4-way, fatal 5-way, fatal 6-way, whatever. It does not matter what the match is. It has to just be a multi-man match. It's going to be an Extreme Rules match. It's going to be John Cena, Roman Reigns, and a multitude of other people in the match too. And Cena retains the belt, not by pinning Roman Reigns. So the next night on Raw, Roman Reigns comes out and he says to Cena, You may have won my Universal Championship, but you did not beat me. Just like you couldn't beat The Undertaker. I beat The Undertaker at WrestleMania, you could not. You were the top guy, but now I am the top guy. You've had your time, it is now my turn, this is now my yard. And at SummerSlam, I will prove to you I am the guy when I recapture the Universal Championship. So the match is set at SummerSlam. Roman Reigns versus John Cena for the Universal Championship. And when the match happens, Roman Reigns beats him. Roman Reigns pins John Cena 1, 2, 3 and recaptures the Universal Championship. Then the following night on Raw, John Cena comes out and he says, Roman, you beat me. You won the championship back, but you are not the guy yet. You will be the guy. I have no doubt that you are going to be one of the greatest superstars of all time, but not yet. This is still my time. I am still the guy. You got lucky last night in beating me, and you don't win 17 world championships by luck. You win 17 world championships by being the best in the world, and that is exactly what I am. I'm going to invoke my rematch clause just like you did at SummerSlam. In Hell in a Cell, we are going to face off in a Hell in a Cell match for the Universal Championship, and then once I'm done with you, once I've beaten the big dog, there is another big dog whose yard I have to go into, and I have to beat him too. I couldn't beat him at WrestleMania, but mark my words, next time we face off, it will be a different story. So Hell in a Cell rolls around, and it is John Cena versus Roman Reigns in a Hell in a Cell match. And the match is exactly what you'd expect from it. It is hard hitting, it is brutal. They're using the cage, they are slamming each other off the cage, they are doing everything they can to destroy each other. And when the match is all said and done, the match starts to wrap up. After a grueling match, both men are bloody, they've done it the hard way, they have absolutely destroyed each other. Both men are a bloody mess in the ring. Something we don't see often in WWE, but something that we need to show how much they hate each other and how much John Cena needs this. When all of a sudden, the lights go out. And when the lights come back on, The Undertaker is stood in the ring. He lacerates John Cena. Roman Reigns gets the pinfall. 1, 2, 3. Roman Reigns retains the Universal Championship. Right, so that is going to wrap up part 1 of how I would book the return of the American Badass. We've got a lot of stuff still to cover, and we've covered a lot, and so far this angle is really heating up to be a big, massive feud that is going to have a massive finish. If you watch part 2, you'll see the finish of this angle. It's absolutely huge. But let me know what you guys think. How would you book this angle? How do you think I'm doing so far with this booking? Let me know down below in the comment section below. And if you enjoyed this video, you want to see more like this on the channel, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out when the next episode, when part 2 lands. You don't miss out on being in your sub box, and you can watch it straight away. So make sure you hit the subscribe button. My name is Doodles. You've been watching Break It Down Wrestling. I thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.
Bring it down. Think you're a big man? I'll treat you like you're a little